Alright, I don't know if any of you guys know about gacha games, but maybe you've heard about the latest, most popular one in the series, is Genshin Impact. So, when that first came out, one of my anime-loving weeb friends was like, hey, you should get this game. And I looked at it, I was like, huh, why would I get this game? And he's like, oh, well, there's the anime husbandos, the anime waifus. What more can you want in life? I'm like, he has a point. But I was still like on the edge because I was like, this does look very nice, but I don't know if I want a waifu. I've never been a part of that waifu crowd. Sorry, the waifu crowd. Um, but I decided to try it, and it was honestly pretty good. There was some like the game looks very nice. It was very, relaxing to play. It was a grindy game, of course, exactly what you'd expect, but it all came to a halt when there was like this whole gambling system. So basically, if you don't know what a gotcha game is, it's basically um you have your base characters, you have like a team of some sort game, and you fight against like the world. Well, the to get like the best abilities or the best gear, or even the best like heroes or like characters, you have to gamble. Not gamble with real life, or well, you definitely can, but gamble with like your time. So you would get these crystals, and you'd need 10 of them to open up 10, like, I guess, like each one or two equals a loot box, and you'd want to get 10 so you have the highest chances of getting like a legendary. And I was the unluckiest person to ever walk the earth. I would roll over like 50 times because I had like 50 of those gem things. I'd collect them, I'd do all the daily quests, I'd keep on doing it. I'd do this weeks at a time. And every single time I never got a 5 star. A 5 star is like the best possible character you can get in the game. I didn't even care about the weapons, honestly. I just cared about like getting my anime husbando. And I really like there were some really hot guys in this thing. You have to understand. How could you not? Um, and like I just really wanted this anime husband or like any of them because what I was trying to do, I was trying to build like an all male team because like why wouldn't I? But it was just like it was the hardest thing in the world. I would spend weeks on and coming on every single day doing all the daily quests because another thing about gacha games, it gets incredibly hard to level up once you're past like the first levels, like so hard because what ends up happening is that first thing, this game was kind of released without content. What is this called? What am I looking at? What are you called? Sandstone? Cut sandstone? I thought it was smooth sandstone. What? Well, anyways, they would like it was made without like a lot of the things that needed in the games. Like once you got to level 20, you were kind of like vibing. You were done with the game basically. There was no more quests, and every single time to level up, it would take weeks on end to like get enough XP by doing daily missions and like, things you can just do for that day. It was horrendous. It was like it was really a grind. Um, but it was just like so first thing, gacha games are very grind games. And the problem with it not being finished is that you couldn't get more gems easily or like accessibly to buy new characters. And so the life of a gacha game player is just to sit there every day for a few hours each day and just grind. That wasn't fun. So there was a time that came along and I was like, all right, I don't know if this is worth it anymore. So I went log on every day. I'd log on like once every few days, get enough gems I'd need. It would take like weeks to get enough gems. And I finally got my first legendary. Yeah, that it was amazing. It was like the best thing ever. And like it was one of the hot guys too. I forgot his name, but it was a good guy. And I was like, finally I can get my all male harem in my gacha game. But The problem was he was the most useless character I've ever seen. I didn't, okay, apparently there's like metas in gacha games, and like I didn't really pay attention to that. I just want the cool characters. It's like Pokemon. It's like there's people who like really care about Pokemon, like the abilities and actually play the card games. And then there's those who just like don't care and they're like, oh cool, I want the Piplup because he's cute. Yeah, I was like that type of player. And so when I started playing this dude, he was just so terrible, to say the least. Like all of his abilities were just completely useless. He did no damage. He just I was so mad that I spent so long trying to get this guy just for him to be like one of the most useless characters in the game. And I asked my friend who was like intensely into Genshin Impact. And he was like, oh, yeah, he's just the worst. Like, he just, people are like calling for buffs, super upset that they got him because they would spend real life money, like, to roll for him. But it was just a disaster. So after that point, I had gotten my first legendary after like weeks, like months of playing this game. And I just gave up. I was like, all right, this is the last time I'm ever playing this game, ever. And so that's what it was like playing a gacha game for me. I played other ones beforehand, like, when I was a weeb, I'd play like the Naruto stuff, whatever it was on the App Store that was like that. But after that moment, Genshin Impact, I was like, alright, I'm never going to play another gacha game ever again because, boy, is it a waste of time, a waste of money if you do spend the money. And it's just like, it's really a gambling addiction once you get up to a point where you're wanting all the new characters, all the legendaries. It's truly just like a terrible game when I could just like waste my life playing Minecraft and building. So that is my take on gacha games. If you enjoy them, it's fine. I'm questioning you right now, but live your life how you want. All right, goodbye.